Have you ever stopped to think about those technologies that are just, well, fundamental to our lives? The ones working away in the background, things we barely notice.
Like the plumbing or the power grid.
Exactly. Especially when it comes to essentials like food and water. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of those critical, rapidly expanding areas of the global irrigation control systems market.
It's a fascinating space.
It really is. Our mission here is to pull out the key insights from this
Big report by Cognitive Market Research. It's called the Global Irrigation Control Systems Market Analysis, 2021-2033 projections. We want to get a handle on the growth.
especially with climate change.
Exactly. And just this general push to modernize agriculture everywhere. It's changing how we manage water, fundamentally.
That sets things up perfectly. Okay, let's zoom out first. The big picture. Global market size, the growth trajectory.
Okay.
So back in 2021, the global market was sitting at roughly $840 million.
And just under 839 million, yeah.
And the projections, they're pretty remarkable. It's expected to hit over $1.2 billion by 2025.
Quite a jump in just a few years.
And then it really takes on a forecast to reach over
$2.5 billion by 2033.
Wow.
That works out to a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of almost 10%, 9.624%.
Like we touched on, technology integration. And we mean everything from tiny IoT sensors in the soil telling you exactly when to water.
real-time data.
Precisely. To AI algorithms optimizing schedules based on weather forecasts. Second, the huge pressure for water conservation. Resources are getting scarcer. Droughts are more common.
Yeah.
You know, every drop counts.
Makes sense.
And third, just this widespread push for agricultural modernization. Farmers, big agribusinesses,
They all see that old methods aren't sustainable or, frankly, profitable anymore.
So the practical impact for you listening is pretty direct.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Smarter irrigation affects everything. The price of your
that really stands out as the dominant player.
Dominant how? Market size. Growth.
Both, actually. In 2021, APAC was already over $400 million. That's projected to soar past $1.2 billion by 2033.
Over $1 billion just in that region.
Yeah, and its CAGR is the highest too, just over 10%.
Wow. What's driving that within APAC?
It's fascinating. You see this accelerated adoption in sort of the emerging agricultural powerhouses. Look at India. Its market is set to more than triple, hitting almost $190 million by 2033.
That's an 11% CAGR.
Incredible growth. That signals a huge modernization push.
Definitely. Same story in China. Already a big market, but is projected to grow to nearly $385 million.
It's 7%. It really paints a picture of a region-wide commitment to optimizing agriculture.
Okay, so APAC is clearly leading the charge. Let's shift focus. What about North America? That's the next major region, right?
Correct. North America is significant. Total market was about $179 million back in 2021.
And the projection.
Looking at almost $500 million by 2033, so around $490 million. The TIGR is strong too, nearly 9%.
And within North America, is it mainly the U.S.?
The U.S. is definitely the largest chunk, yes. Going from roughly $146 million to almost $400 million. That's about an
8.6% CAGR.
Still very healthy.
Very. But Canada and Mexico are also growing fast, both showing KGRs over 9%. Canada around 9.6%. Mexico.
$8.
similar starting point to the U.S., roughly.
Pretty close, yeah. And it's projected to reach over $410 million by 2033. The overall CAGR for Europe is solid, around 9%.
Any standouts within Europe?
Germany actually shows one of the highest growth rates in Europe, nearly 9.7% CAGR. Its market is set to almost triple.
Interesting.
The UK is also strong, around 9.3% CAGR. Spain, too, similar growth. France and Italy are a bit lower, more like mid-8% range. Even smaller markets like Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland show healthy growth, mostly high 8% to low 9% range.
What about Russia or, say, Luxembourg? The report mentioned them.
Yeah, Russia's growth is a bit slower, around 7.3%. Luxembourg is obviously tiny, starting just over 1 million, but...
Okay, so we've got the big players, APEC leading, North America and Europe following with strong growth. But you said this is a global story. What about South America, the Middle East, Africa? Are we seeing similar trends there?
Absolutely. Let's take South America. Revenues there were about $46 million in 2021.
Okay.
That's projected to more than triple, hitting over $144 million by 2033. And the CAGR is impressive, nearly 10% overall.
Almost matching APEC's rate.
Very close. And within the region, Argentina and Chile
really stand out with CAGRs over 10%. Argentina 10.5%, Chile just under 10.2%. Brazil, the largest market there, is growing at nearly 10% too. Colombia...
And specific countries driving that.
What's interesting here is the high growth in places like the UAE, over 10.5% KGR, and Turkey, almost 10.2%. These are places investing heavily in innovative agriculture, sometimes in really challenging environments.
Those are agriculture, food security goals.
Exactly. Saudi Arabia also shows strong growth, nearly 10% CAGR. Egypt and Qatar growing well too, in the mid-9% range.
Okay, one continent left, Africa. How does it feature?
Africa is also showing significant growth.
Definitely part of the story. It generated about $30 million in 2021.
A smaller base, but growing.
Yes, projected to reach over $92 million by 2033. That's a CAGR of over 9%.
So when we put all these pieces together, all these numbers, the regional variations, what's the big takeaway? It really hammers home those factors you mentioned earlier, doesn't it? This global push for efficiency, for modernization, and how we grow food.
It really does. If you connect all these dots, the bigger picture is undeniable. These irrigation control systems, they're seeing rapid, widespread adoption literally everywhere.
Not just a new tech anymore.
Not at all. The figures really underscore this global, proactive response to water
Scarcity, yes, but also just the fundamental need to optimize yields using technology. It's not just saving water, though that's huge. It's maximizing output, cutting waste.
Asia-Pacific's leading role, absolute powerhouse growth there, but also strong, consistent expansion right across North America, Europe, South America, the Middle East, and Africa. It seems these systems, often kind of invisible, are quietly, powerfully reshaping global farming and how we manage resources.
They really are. And this raises a pretty important question for you, the listener, to think about.
Go on.
Considering these trends, this rapid, widespread adoption we've been discussing, how might this massive rollout
of smart irrigation actually reshape global food security and environmental sustainability over the next few decades? What new challenges, maybe unforeseen ones,